Looking for cool must-have products or the latest life-improving technology? Join product design experts Tracy Hazzard and Tom Hazzard in their search for the next little thing. Those seldom hyped, low-tech, but well-designed things you won't be able to stop raving about. The show is not sponsored or affiliated with any of the things or companies being reviewed today unless otherwise disclosed. So get ready to discover the next little thing you just can't live without.
Welcome back to The Next Little Thing. I'm Tom Hazzard with my co-host Tracy Hazzard, and today we're going to share with you a gift item that you might consider the next time you need to buy a gift for that someone that's maybe hard to buy a gift for.
The kids that are hard to buy gifts for. You know, this is the thing. I am always looking for the next gift, right? Like the best gifts out there. I want to put thought into my gifts. It matters to me. And because we're product people like expect those products to be really good when I buy them for them. So, you know, this isn't, birthday party level gift because it's a little bit more expensive. This is the $50 to $75 gift that you might want to buy your nieces, your nephews, your kids, things like that. I did even buy one for my dad, to be honest with you, but I'll tell you that story in a minute. But what it is this gift came out of an idea. One of our daughters, our daughter who's 12, was in school studying endangered species. And she decided to go to the World Wildlife Fund. That's where we went to go figure out which species she wanted to. And she picked the Amur leopard. And while she was there, she saw that they have these gift packs. That's what she thought it was. It's really a donation pack, right? You make a donation, but you also get a stuffed animal and an adoption certificate. And so you adopt an animal, you adopt the endangered species. And she thought this was the greatest idea. And she was like, this is so cool, Mom. Can I put it on my birthday list? But her birthday had passed. So it was going to be a long time before she'd get this gift. And so I said to her, well, if you get an A on your report, I'm going to give you, I'll make a donation and I'll get you one of these things. And she worked her butt off on that report. She gave an oral presentation, like the whole thing on Amur leopards. She learned all the facts about them. And so we went back to the website together to buy this gift. And while we were there, this is, she was really enamored with how cute it looks, because these are not small. I would say these are not small stuffed animals. They're nice mid-sized stuffed animals, really good quality plush. They're really soft. And I've been impressed with how well they've held up to, because, sometimes really soft stuffed animals can get really raunchy quickly. Like they get really matted and nasty. These ones don't. They've lasted and done really well. They get a cute little adoption certificate. This one's the Amur leopard, and it says that you've acknowledged your symbolic adoption. Of course, you didn't adopt an animal. And then there's a great little fact sheet about them that comes with it. And it all comes in a little envelope and a gift bag that is, has I'm protecting the future of nature. So all of it comes together. So it's a really perfect gift. You add your little card to the top of it, and it's all in one thing. You made a donation. You did something good for the world, and you got a really cute gift and story at the end of the day. I love these kind of gifts. These kind of gifts have meaning, and something that then when she goes and says, oh, your stuffed animal is so cute, she'll tell the story about it.
Now, I have to say, Tracy, it's been interesting seeing the experience with our 12-year-old versus our 7-year-old, because when it came to our 7-year-old, of course, she needed to have one too, right? And have a donation. So we ended up donating and adopting 2 different animals. But clearly to our 7-year-old, this was all about, oh, great, I get a cute stuffed animal. And she's just too young to really understand the meaning behind it. Whereas our 12-year-old, or I think anybody in that preteen, mid-teen level would really appreciate, the tweeners, would really appreciate the story behind it. And to me, that's where the gift is really successful. So I think it's important for our listeners to understand, I don't think that the gift is going to have the kind of impact you want it to do if it's a much younger child who loves a stuffed animal, but doesn't really understand the meaning of endangered species, or that, you're doing some good in the world, it's at least harder for them to understand. So that's, I think, some context of what age group that this is going to have a lot more meaning for is important.
But I also just, those of us who do all the gift buying, and I might have been.
What do you mean? I buy all the gifts in our household. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. Like for the last 30 days, every niece and nephew has gotten gifts from you. Yeah, right. Like that's happened. But anyway, when you do that, though, there's also this little bit of impression you're leaving on the parent of that child. So that's where it might come into play to show that you care about the environment, or to make a statement in a sense saying like, look, I know your child loves a stuffed animal, but I didn't want it to just be any stuffed animal. And so by doing that, you're also making that kind of statement with that. So keep that in mind, that it might be right for that younger age group. But with our younger one, the thing is like, she has not let this animal go. Like this animal has a personality. She got a snow leopard, and because she wanted to be like her sister, but they cannot have the same thing. That is like not done in this house. There will be a fight about that. And so she ended up with the snow leopard, but we must have went through every single animal on the WWF website. So the World Wildlife Fund website was just, it's amazing. And it has all the details about the animals. We went through all the stories. I tried to convince her a penguin would be cute. Like, nope, she wanted nothing to do with it. So like we went through everything. And that in and of itself was at least a learning experience in the process. So even if she's not absorbed the fact that that's what that really means, this is what happened with that. And then to top it all off, Tom, while I was there, I bought a Father's Day gift for my dad because I happened to see this one animal. So when I was a child, we lived in South Africa, and we would go on these safaris, but not real. They weren't like massive safaris like you think about, like going hunting or doing anything. These were like walk around or drive around in the car and look at the preserved wildlife, because they would have a wildlife preservation a plot somewhere, and we would go and we vacation somewhere, and then we'd go and we'd do this, and my dad would drive through the place. Well, this one place we were in had a walking one, and they hadn't expected it, but we came upon a black rhino, which is extremely dangerous. Like they will charge you. And I was little. I was about 8 or 9, and I was with them, and he's trying to figure out a way that he could shimmy up the tree with me at the same time if this rhino charges. And it's left this big impression on the two of us, how close we were to it and our whole life. So when Tom and I bought a Land Rover, I don't know, I remember what year it was, 2003,
I think. 2003. Yeah, Discovery. Yeah.
Yeah. And my dad had bought one a year earlier, and we both ended up with rhino tire covers because they happen to have them, because tough cars, tough animals, right? And so this rhino has sort of played into our life over time. So when I saw the opportunity to donate for a black rhino, I did it, and the girls gave it to my dad for Father's Day, and he now keeps it in the room that they come and sleep in when they go to his and my mom's house. So Nana and Papa's house has a black rhino all sitting there on the table waiting for them. And there's this great story behind it. He loved it. It was just such a great gift. And, he's incredibly hard to buy for. Like all he wants is me to send him another Barnes & Noble book gift card. So he's incredible, which I did do in addition, but still, like this was at least something symbolic that girls could give him that wasn't a t-shirt. It just had more meaning to it.
No, see, that was, I think, a very successful application of the gift to someone that's hard to buy for, where there is some sort of a meaning or connection or a past experience they've had that this is going to mean more to them than obviously a stuffed animal as an adult, is not terribly important. Obviously, you have a toy for your grandkids when they come over or whatever. And actually you made a good point earlier about, it could be the donation could be more meaningful to the parents of a younger child. That is a good point, Tracy. I mean, the younger child's just gonna be like, oh, great stuffed animal, I'll play. But the meaning will be lost on them, but certainly not on their parents. So right. That makes sense.
The other thing is that I really wish, and they don't have this on their website yet from a donation standpoint, but I wish they had like a $25 price point, because I like to give about a $20 to $25, when our girls get get invited to a birthday party, right? I like to, do a $20 to $25 gift. Like that's kind of my window. Some people do less than that, but that's kind of my window of what I usually do. And so I wish there was a smaller version of it, because then it has more meaning. Because a lot of times we get stuffed animals, we get a lot of crafts, we get a lot of stuff at these birthday parties, and they have no meaning to them. And so at least when you're doing that and you're giving a gift, it shows the parents there that, you were caring, you spent some time picking it out. There's a match. You can sit your child down and pick out the right animal for your friend and do it. You do have to plan a little bit ahead, because this is not an overnight ship kind of thing. It's usually like 3 to 5 days that you'll get it. So you can't buy it at a last minute. It takes about 3 days to get to you.
It's not going to come Amazon Prime, is what you're saying.
Exactly. So, so it's not a last minute gift idea. You got to think about that ahead of time, but it's a great idea. And so I really wish they had this sort of smaller format. I understand why they don't, because everything is based on donation basis and they need it to be valuable, for them. But I kind of wish it would, because I would probably buy a lot more of them. Anyway, but that's about my only thing about the way that they do it. Their website's easy to use. Everything's really great there. There's lots to learn. I like so many animals I had no idea were endangered. And then they talk about the different endangered levels. So there's a lot to learn there as an adult, and it's really interesting. And so it's kind of a fun gifting and gift buying experience. And I think if you can, that's to me a sign of something that's really great. And I'm going to do again and again and again, is when I have a good experience buying it and gifting it, right? Like both things. And then the recipient enjoys it. Like all of those things come together, then that to me makes a perfect gift. And this World Wildlife Fund donation fits that model.
All right. Well, that's a great one, Tracy. I hope our listeners enjoy hearing about that experience that you've had giving that gift to 3 different people now, at least.
There will be more nieces and nephews. I hope you're not listening.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin it for them. Well, at least they won't know what animal they might get.
That's right. We're going to pick special
Which
animals.
one they're going to support and save can be different for everybody, because there certainly are enough endangered animals out there.
That's right.
All right. So, hey, if you want to get a link to the website where you can go and, check out this gift yourself, we got this all listed for you and easy to find on the blog post at thenextlittlethingpod.com.
So thanks everyone for listening. We'll be back next time. Don't forget, you can submit your ideas at nextlittlethingpod.com. And Tom and I will be back next week with another great product.
All right, everyone. Until then, thanks so much. This has been Tom and Tracy Hazzard on The Next Little Thing.
Want to get the next little thing? Visit nextlittlethingpod.com for discounts, links, and connections straight to all the Next Little Things featured on this show. If you think your thing is the next little or big thing, we want to hear all about it. Apply to be the next little thing at nextlittlethingpod.com. Now go out and rave about the little things.